Hey folks, Scott Carter here with GatorsZone.com. I'm here with my colleague Chris Harry, and we're back in Gainesville after the Gators made a historic run through the SEC up in Atlanta over the weekend. And they'll be down in Orlando, not too far from the O'Connell Center, starting Thursday. Chris, when you look back at the SEC tournament, what did we kind of learn about the Gators as they get ready for the NCAA tournament as the #1 overall seed?
Well, what we learned is that this team still knows how to win close games because they were certainly in a handful of them while they were in Atlanta. I mean, the first game was a Missouri game, tied at halftime. Second game was Tennessee, down 7 at halftime, came back to win that one. And, of course, the third one, they had a nice, cozy kind of lead against Kentucky. Wildcats come storming back. Those talented freshmen really starting to find themselves. Gators made the plays coming down the stretch to win those games. And, Scott, it goes back to what we've been saying in a bunch of these videos. The number now for single-digit games, remember, it was 0-6 last year. The number now for single-digit games is 15-2 in Florida's favor. This team knows how to win close games, and we know there are going to be some close games coming up in March as the Gators move on into the NCAA tournament.
Well, they'll start that journey through March Thursday down in Orlando against Albany, the number 16 seed. At this time of year, Chris, a lot of people talk about the health. I mean, I know a lot of Gator fans certainly were concerned up in Atlanta on Sunday when they saw Michael Frazier go down. Looked like he ended up just getting his breath knocked out. He did come back into the game and obviously hit a huge three-pointer near the end of that game. But when you look at this Florida team, what is its health going into the tournament?
Well, of course, they hadn't had to do anything like they had to do, play a game, then 24 hours another one, then 24 hours another one. So that was tasking on this team. Casey Prather was noticeably fatigued, and the Gator coaches, saw that, and they couldn't have him in, at the end of that game. And it worked out in Florida's favor. I mean, it's a little bit different. At this point, this team's played 34 games. There's going to be some nicks and bruises. But I tell you what, the one guy who has started every game is Will Yeget. And he's the guy who's really not been the healthiest the last 2 years going into the NCAA tournament. Last year he was hobbled coming off surgery. The year before that he didn't even play because of his a broken foot. So these guys, it's a quick turnaround. Ideally, they would have had maybe another day if they had played Friday, Sunday regional, but it's in Orlando. It's not like a whole bunch of travel. They're not getting on a plane and bending up and stuff for these 6'10" guys. So I think they're in pretty good shape going down to Orlando. They'll get the rest that they need, and Billy will play it smart with these guys relative to practice, but they will get after it a little bit to get ready to play.
We got used to full houses here in the O-Dome all season. The fans turned out in great numbers this year. Obviously going to be the same thing down in Orlando at the Amway Center on Thursday. News is out that the event's already sold out. Chris, I mean, this is a team that we know what their goal is. I mean, they've made 3 straight Elite Eights. They want to get beyond that point. As they get ready to face Albany here to open the tournament, what are they going to have to do to reach that ultimate goal?
Well, what they're talking about right now is that first game against Albany, because you can't play the second one until you play the first one. I know you were talking about 16 seeds here, but it's really all relative, and it's great that you mentioned going down to Orlando, because this is another opportunity to do it in the state of Florida. They were in Tampa 2 years ago and it worked out there. They've made a run out of Miami. They've made a run out of Jacksonville. So now they're going to try to do one out of Orlando, and it'll be good to have all those Gator fans. It'll be sold out. There'll be more Gator fans there than probably any other fans, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be for this basketball team, because they've earned that.
All right, guys, we hope to see you guys down in Orlando starting Thursday. For Chris Harry, I'm Scott Carter. Thanks for joining us.